Good evening, Marketplace Ministry. This is Chaplain Anthony James here, live and direct, where things are healing is taking place, where everything is live and on, and just real talk is happening. Appreciate y'all coming on tonight. Like I said, this is Marketplace Ministry, and we're here to speak out the truth. My slogan is real talk. So yeah, we've been covering community awareness, community involvement, and yeah, supposed to have a special guest on here tonight. Looking forward to him coming through. Once that happens, I'll chime you guys in. But for now, we're gonna pick right up off where we've been leaving off at. We just dealing with this community awareness, and we're gonna drive it home until some change happens. And so that's what we've been working on. That's what we've been talking about. And it's been really, 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 really interesting. The conversations that me and my co-founder have been having, planning this thing out, trying to strategize to see how we're going to go into these communities and, in different cities and collaborate with different ones so that way we can, for the betterment of others, we can start, this is social media buzz. We're trying to put out this information, not just information, but just revelation. We are men of God. This is Marketplace Ministry. This is a Christian. This is we are believers that things can change. We honor God, as well honor one another. So yeah, my co-founder, we on Monday, Tuesday. Me and my partner, me and him is on Tuesday nights and Saturday nights. I'm on here, doing it Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Just keeping it going, just keeping things live, and just hope you join in and get some real information, so some clarity on what's going on other than the news. This is live. This is not fake news. This is real talk. Just trying to share some information with the ones who's interested in hopefully changing on the grassroots level. We on the ground running. We trying to really make a difference out here in our young youth, whether it be female, male, but it's a lot of stuff going on, systemic problems in our community. Basically we have this coronavirus, we have this pandemic thing going on right now. It's been going on for some months now. Probably the 5th, going on 6 months now. So this thing is serious, and then the protesting, and, it's just like, I guess it's going to be a process, but really not a lot of people are really timing in. You're not really hearing too much talk about solutions. You're hearing talk about people coming together, but the solutions is really not where they need to be right now. And I guess we have to continue to come together and talk about this stuff, because at the end of the day, we are, a people. And my thing is, I believe unity in the community needs to happen. And so until that happens, we really don't have a community, because community is about a people. And the people, we supposed to come together for one common cause, for the same thing, for the betterment of others, and doing the right thing for the right reason. And so until we do that, then it's just talk. It's just talk. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's on different sets saying certain things. But when are we going to physically come together? And that's what needs to happen. We need to set up where we can sit down and bring our ideas and our ideologies and our methodologies to the table and come up with a decision on moving forward, because the government is talking about, they already started, they're going in these communities and they are trying to annihilate what's going on. And they're not talking, they're not trying to come and reason. They're coming, when the government, Trump is sending whomever in, federal marshals are coming in, they're not coming in talking. They're not playing no games. They're not coming in trying to be killed or shot. So they got a strategy to come and wipe out who they need to wipe out, so that way hopefully things can turn back. But it's you talking about killing our children. Even though our children, it's our children out there doing all the foul different things going on, and I believe that's where we have to touch. We have to go out there ourselves. If we really care about our children, we care about our loved ones, our community, we have to take a stand. We have to stop, preaching and yelling, what have you. We have to go out there and be seen. Let these people know that we really care about them, because if we don't, they're going to get wiped out in the worst way. And then what you going to do? What you going to say then? What will you have to say then? I told them so, I did that, but you didn't do your part. So I'm saying Marketplace Ministry, we want to collaborate with other organizations and churches so we can sit down and come up with a strategy so we can go out there and offer them something better than what they're doing. And if we can't offer them change, we really are doing this for nothing. We're really talking for nothing. We're just talking because we talk. We need to do less talking and more moving. And I mean, and I just want to cover something tonight. It's been on my heart. It's really been eating away at me, as far as not in a bad way, but just having me in deep thought. The money that's supposed to be coming into our community, like I said before, I believe we need healing first before we put our hands on anything. But the way the world is, it's always a backward situation where you get what you don't need first, and then, But anyway, I just find it kind of crazy that, whatever money, I heard Michael Jordan is supposed to be giving him $100 million a course of the 10 years, and then PayPal is giving us X amount of monies, and Walmart is giving X amount of monies towards the black communities for reparations, just to fix up our communities and start building, okay? But from my understanding, where's that money going? Where's that money going? The people, they have organizations such as myself, you know what I mean? Even though if I apply for the money, they don't really tell you in detail where to go apply for the money. And I believe a lot of people that's already rich, that's already wealthy, the money is going to them. The money is going to them because, they have organizations, that they are doing. Like, for instance, I'm just going to throw this out here. Somebody like a Steve Harvey or something, he might have a mentorship program that's nonprofit, or even a celebrity, just not naming any more names, a celebrity that has a nonprofit or something, that they already have. That money, I believe, is going to go to them, and it never really reaches our grassroots people, such as myself, that's really trying to do this work in the community, and where we're getting our hands dirty. If I had millions of dollars right now, I wouldn't be asking nobody for nothing. I wouldn't be needing anything from anybody. I'm already a creator, create things, to make happen in the community, but we need help. We need resources. And the ones that don't touch our community, they're getting these refunds, they're getting this money, they're getting this stuff for whatever reason. And so we need to really look into that and talk about that, and get to the point where we are touching this money, so that way we can touch these people in the community, because we are the one that's closest to them. The ones that's wealthy and rich already, they're not close to them. They may remember, they may have been in this stuff years ago, but they're out of it now. Their families are not and they may have some families that's still struggling in the struggle in the hood. But at the end of the day, the people, the grassroots like myself and such as all other organizations, we know we are reluctant. They are reluctant to put it in our hands, and we live right next door to them. The people that's really struggling in our community, such as the gangbangers, such as the, different things they call disenfranchised, or whatever the case may be, what they label people as. So that's what needs to happen. The money needs to, the resources need to touch people's hands that have legit organizations that's really doing something in the community for the betterment of youth, at-risk youth, at-risk males, at-risk females, but if we don't get the opportunity to get it put in our hands, and we have organizations that paperwork. Right now, my organization, Men of Vision Exposed, Marketplace Ministry, my co-founder, Substitute Fathers, man, we are legit. We have nonprofits, 501(c)(3)s, and so we it's hard to get the money. We can't do nothing without resources. And it's not all money all the time, but we need a place to have these mentorship programs. We need a place to have a cargo, maybe a cargo van or something where we can go on educational trips. We need stuff like that. We need refurbished or whatever computers to have these after school programs. That's what we're asking for. We're asking for things like that. And if I had it, I would not ask nobody for nothing. But at the end of the day, I'm going to continue to do the work and trust God that He's going to open the doors for these things to happen. I'm just telling you what's going on with what they put out on television and the news and all that. They're giving out all this money to the black community, and it never reaches the right people's hands. It never does. They talk big on whatever. They get credit for that, but the credit is not really going to who the credit is supposed to go to. And so, because that's where the lack comes in at. And then the churches, I don't know what they're getting. That's hush-hush. They don't share the information or whatever they're getting. They don't expose it. So you don't even really know. Because we're supposed to work together, but how can we work together when people are keeping it silent? You know what I'm saying? Keeping everything to themselves. Everybody's, doing their own thing. Everybody's hush-hush. I ain't going to tell my business. That's not right. That's wrong. And that's why our communities are in the way that are in the shambles that it's in, in the dying, desperate need that it's in because of that. Until we learn how to be up front to lift each other up, our communities will not be lifted up. And I'll say that again. Until we learn how to share and uplift and bring somebody else along, it's not going to really be good in our communities. We're suffering in our communities, man. Down to single parent homes. These young people out here, they're killing one another because they're angry, first of all, but we have no resources to pull from. I've been trying to pull through resources through my organization. I had my organization start since 2004. I've yet to get anything to do anything in the community. I've been coming out of my pocket. I've been doing the best I can. I've been trying to, do mentorship programs, all kinds of stuff to help these young people in our community, the ones that's idle time, they don't have nothing to do, and it's hard. They make it hard for us. And I'm going to be honest with you, our own people make it hard for each other because they don't really have much. But whatever, me, if I had anything, I'd share. I try to connect and collaborate with other organizations so that way we can do something for the betterment of these young people out here, because the young people ain't like the young people when I was coming up. I was born in the 60s. You know what I mean? We had a few youth centers, but the unity was more visible. You ain't no unity now. Everybody's on their own thing. Everybody's doing their own thing. And when you try to find out what they're doing, man, they shut you down. They don't give you any information or nothing to connect to them what they're doing. And it's like they're doing things by themselves, and they think that that's sufficing. It's not doing nothing. Because if it was doing something, we wouldn't have this systemic problem in our community. These people won't be dying and getting killed and getting shot up if they were doing anything. So the organizations that are moving, they're not really moving because they're moving silently. You know what I'm saying? The only ones they appeal to is the ones that's giving them the resources. But they don't let anybody know how to get the resources because you can't do it by yourself. You cannot. You cannot do it by yourself. It's too much to be done. You think you can do it by yourself, and that's what we got to get off of. We got to change the paradigm. We got to change our mindset. We have to change our mindset, because if we don't, come on, these kids are dying by the day. I'm telling you. I had somebody connect with me from New York, and and it's kind of sad. You know, because all you do is turn on the TV, you turn on social media, Facebook or Instagram, you hear somebody got shot again. You hear somebody drive by, you hear this, you hear bombing, you hear all this crap. But then they talking about, well, you know, we got this money, we're going to dump it into the black community. Man, listen, that money ain't hitting the grassroots. It's not. Just be honest. That money's hitting the celebrities that got money already. You giving it to the ones that got this established already, instead of helping the ones come up that have programs that help, that's solid. I have a solid program, Men of Vision Exposed. Okay, I help at-risk youth, male at-risk youth. You know, I do mentorship programs. You know what I mean? I do youth summits. You know, I had a partner, he does mentorship as well. You know, and substitute fathers. That's who we are. We're taking on trying to help the young boy become a man. And it's like they are our children. Maybe not by our loins, but at the end of the day, man, we're trying to help them out. They have issues. You know what I mean? They have issues. They smoke weed all day. They don't do anything. They don't want to go to school. They run in the street, and nobody's doing anything about it. The parents and the grandparents are afraid. As somebody spoke to a grandparent, man, she's afraid of her grandchild. The grandchild is a big, young boy, you know what I mean? You know, about 6 feet, 200-something pounds, threatening his grandmother, cussing her out, doing everything. Those are the ones we're trying to reach before they either get killed or they kill somebody. So we need help. We need solutions. We need, you know, people to bring us something that we can help them. This is just not talk. This is real talk. You know, I'm telling you what we need in these communities, in these grassroots communities. Stop telling us what we don't have to run a program. I run a program. I run a 6 to 8 week program. You understand, the best I can. But it's hard to keep it going because I need space. I need different things. You know what I mean? I need resources. And it's hard for me to come, you know, out here. I have to earn a living myself. And then trying to gain monies from the government, they look at you like, man, they give you all this paperwork, and then they don't tell you how to fill the paperwork out, and that's another problem. You understand? The people that is getting the grants, they don't share the grants. They don't share the grants. If I'm getting a $point-something million grant, and I know an organization that struggle, but I know they trying to help the community, man, I'm going to put them on. I'm going to show them. I'm going to help come up. If your paperwork need to come up, I'm going to help you do that. And that's what we don't do in our communities. We don't do that. We look at each other, you ain't doing it. Listen, you'll never know what somebody's doing if you never ask. You'll never know. So the bottom line is, we have to stop playing this game and these long ranges and not helping the next person out. Because listen, what you don't do, we can do. Bottom line. But if we can't get the resources because you hog the resources and you don't share your resources, that's what's happening. It ain't about you, it's about us. You know what I mean? And these kids are suffering because we're sitting back saying, nah, you know, I'm not gonna, whatever I get, that's mine. It ain't yours. It's for you to do the right thing in your community for the betterment of your community. Anything that comes in your hand, you understand, it's not yours, it's for the people, bottom line. And that's why I'm at with it. And I just pray, I ask God to continue to open up doors and keep the peace, you know, that surpasses all understanding. Because I know it's coming. I believe he's going to give me the resources, and such as my co-founder, he has organizations as well to do what we are called to do. I'm just letting people know that we need to do better with what we get. And stop giving the money to people that already got the money. They got millions already. Why are you giving them more millions? It don't make sense. Give the person something that's trying to start and make a difference where you're not going to really physically come in our community. We're already here in our community. We're already doing this stuff. So we need the resources because we're right here. Why are you going to give it to somebody that's going to just make their stuff better? You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they're not doing nothing, but they already got resources already. Why keep giving the resources to people that already got the resources? Give the resources to the ones that have programs and organizations that's struggling to help people. Help us to help people. That's the way it's supposed to be. You can't keep giving it to the ones that's already multi-millionaires. You know what I'm saying? They don't need that help from you. They already got the help. They can do it with what they got. I understand the way it works. People in the nonprofit thing or whatever. But I'm talking about the ones that got programs, got powerful programs, but can't really move and do too much because we lack resources. We lack financial stability. We need a boost. That's all we need. Like that $100 million that Michael Jordan put over the course of 10 years, all I need is 1% of that. I don't need millions to make this thing happen, but I need help. I need help. I'm not glutton for everything, but man, give me some help where I can say, okay, I can stop my job. I work a 9-to-5 job to earn for my family, but then I'm trying to help the community. It's hard because a lot of times I know how to maneuver in some areas, but I'm taking money out of mine to help people. But if I had some help, some grant money or some financial something from somewhere, then I can strive. Because see, I'm the type of person with my organization, I'm going to help another organization come up. Because the more we connect, the more better it will be. Then it won't be so hard. But if we hogging the money, you know what I'm saying, and ones really should have the money in their hands, we ain't getting it. And then these millionaires, they getting all the money. They getting all the money. They don't need the money like that. The ones that's struggling with these organizations, we have legit organizations. Our paperwork is up to par. You understand? But we do not have the finances to back us. We need somewhere where we can have these mentorship programs. We need somewhere, and then the churches, they playing these stupid games. They won't even let you come and bar their space. They won't even let you do nothing. You got to pull teeth from them. I'm just keeping it real, 100 real. This is real talk. I'm not on here playing no games. This is garbage. For the way people acting, but they want change in our communities, and we won't get change because they keep doing this foolishness. And God is really sick of it. He's sick of it because we sit there and gain what we gain, and we don't help the next person. We talk the next person, but we don't help the next person. Come on, man. Let's stop this foolishness. And so I thank God for even coming on here to be able to share my truth, because this is what it is. I'm sitting here with a loaded mentorship program, powerful life skills program that I know work. I've done it, but it's hard to keep the kids interested if one time I do my program, I can't really do it the way I want to do it because I don't have the resources. I don't have the resources. So I'm asking God to continue, Lord, just to steer me in the right direction. Help me connect with the ones that's going to see what you're doing in my life for the betterment of others. I'm not begging from nobody. Just like when you didn't have what you needed to move forward, somebody blessed you. So if you blessed, if God has blessed you, then you must be a blessing. That's all I'm saying. Because the government can care less about our community. They don't care. They got money that they have to give up. But it's hard for certain people to get the money because it doesn't come this low. When you in grassroots, it really never hit grassroots. It'll hit somebody like that has a big organization, a big company, whatever. It'll hit them before it hit us. Because they look at us like we're part of the problem. And we're not. We are part of the solution. But if we don't get the resources, then we are the problem. They make us the problem. So I'm saying, people, let's come together. Let's come together. If you need to see my credentials, you need to see on paper how I'm moving, then do that then. But don't not help people because they look a certain kind of way or they talk a certain kind of way. Man, we make moves. I've been doing this, like I said, since 2004. Ain't get no resources from nobody. And then you wonder why our community is suffering the way it's suffering. Because I'm willing to go out there and walk and be a foot soldier and make sure I'm feeding these kids out here. I'm trying to help the single mothers out here. I'm trying to talk to these fathers to get on board to go out there and help your children. I'm trying to do all this, but it's tough to do when you don't have the resources. Oh, I believe wholeheartedly that God is going to move, but I'm just opening it up so we can start thinking differently. We got to stop thinking that my, I, me. What about us? It ain't nothing. I don't believe in justice. I believe in just us. What about us? We make a difference. We can make a difference. We shouldn't have to beg you for nothing. We shouldn't have to beg each other to move with each other. That's our problem in our communities. And, people are begging each other, and then getting disgruntled with each other. Come on, man. We got to change the mindset. I'm a sower. I live to sow and sow to live. So I know it's going to hit my hand. It's just a matter of time, but sometimes it's frustrating. Real talk. It's frustrating when people just look at people struggle. That's terrible. But you have the means, you have the resources, but you can lay in your bed at night, but you come from nothing. You come from not having, then you have, and then you sit back and let people squirm in the community. Come on, man. Come on. That's foul. That's foul ball. You know what I mean? So I'm sick of that mindset. So I hope that's not you, whoever I'm talking to. I hope you change your mindset, because at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I have to do, and I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. But it's just, like I said, it's frustrating sometimes because, to sit back and want to help and can't help because I don't have the resources. But sitting here with a power-packed program, people are asking me, yo, chaplain, man, wow, you got a powerful thing. And I'm like, yeah, right, you right. I'm steady trying to move. I'm steady trying to get resources. I'm steady trying to collaborate. I'm steady trying to talk. But because I don't have a big name out here in the street or in whatever, but I'm moving and shaking things. But it's people that's selfishly having things but won't help the other one come up. That's our problem in our community. You can see the gangbang. You can see the people roaming. You can see the people doing things. You can hear the people doing things. And you sit back and don't do nothing. That's sad in itself. So, with this, I thought I was going to have a special guest tonight, but I don't know what happened. But it's all good. It's all good. God probably needed me to get this out like this. You know what I mean? To hopefully charge somebody up. Don't feel sorry for me. I don't need nobody to feel sorry for me. I don't do that. I'm just putting it out there. I'm putting the truth out there. Because sometimes you got to tell it like a T.I. is. You got to tell it the truth. You can't put no sugar on it. Because people are used to sugar. Sometimes you got to make it bland. So they can like, ooh, that don't taste, ooh, that don't, ooh. It's a problem. People need to see that and hear it that way. So they can check it out. They can recognize, oh, something ain't right. What's going on? Like I said, I don't need handouts. I have something that's powerful. And I know it works. I've been working it. But I cannot keep the kids. It's hard for me to start an 8-week program. And then I gotta bust my tail because I don't have resources. So I got to pull from here and pull from there and work a job and do all that. After the 8-week program, I got to revamp my whole situation because I don't have the resources. Because I ain't really make no money. I charge a certain money, but that helps me to put back into my program. So, and the kids where I'm helping, they don't have no money. Their parents don't have no money. I'm going to organizations, getting in-kind, getting this donations and stuff to do my program. I don't have nobody saying, yo, here, I believe in your program. Yo, make it happen, man. I don't have nobody doing that. I have nobody doing that. For real. I don't. Even if a person came to me and said, yo, man, you know, I want to see what you got going on, man. Yo, I hear what you're saying, but what do you got going on? Ho, check me out. Please do. I invite you to. I invite you to say, yo, Chaplain James, you know, I heard what you were saying, man. Yo, let's break bread. Let's sit down. Show me what you're working with. Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you exactly what I have going on. It will blow your mind. But at the end of the day, I ain't trying to blow nobody's mind. I'm trying to help these people, these young people out in these streets, man, that's crying out for help before the system just devour them or they get more angry and keep killing. I'm trying to really, you know, hit it hard, you know. So I'm just saying, anybody under the sound of my voice right now, you know, if you hear your heart, if I hit a nerve in your heart, holler at me. If you got something going on, you got a lead, you can show me how to get some grant money, you can show me where the resources are, do that. I appreciate it, because it ain't about me. It's about these youngins out here. It's about these young boys, these young girls. They're losing out here because their single parents, grandparents are afraid of their children. They're afraid that something's going to happen to their kids. Half of them can't sleep at night. They stressed out. They don't understand. They're scared. And I understand. I do understand. But then you got powerful brothers like me and some much more out here. And I'm saying the ones that really don't have, like I'm not having right now, I need help with resources. We need to come together and teach each other and show each other how to do things so we can get this resource together and break each other off. Because if I get a sizable grant or whatever, man, I'm going to look for the next powerful organization to help so we can do it together. And so I understand what's going on. And sometimes I don't question God a lot, but sometimes I'm like, Lord, what's going on, man? I'm sitting here with all this. I can't get listen, ain't nobody saying, yo, chaplain, yo, here, I'm in a prison system, man. I'm doing work, man. I'm out here doing this work. I'm about this work for real, for souls. I'm about this life. But it's discouraging sometimes. I understand now when God says one of the fruits of the Spirit is long suffering, because we have to suffer long, because I keep seeing what's going on in the lives of these people out here, and it's hard to really reach them because I have no help. I don't need nobody preaching to me right now. Real talk. I really don't. I don't need the preaching. I need the collaboration. I know my Bible. I'm studious of the Word of God. I walk the Word every single day. I talk it every single day. But just to see people not coming together, boom, it's not good. It's not good at all. Everybody got these powerful messages. But until atmospheres change, ain't nothing popping. You can preach all day. You can teach all day. You can be anointed and appointed. But if the atmosphere, we can't change the atmosphere, the trajectory of what's going on now, if we can't change lives, man, we ain't doing nothing. We're not doing nothing. You can preach 2 hours. But if ain't nobody getting delivered and set free, what are you doing? If you can't help somebody get to the next level of their life, what are you doing? You're doing nothing. And I'm not about doing nothing. I'm about doing something for the kingdom. And I believe it's coming. I'm close. I can feel it. But God got me on here, putting my heart out here. He's saying, this is the heart of God, saying, people, let's go. People that are called by my name. If you seek my face and humble yourselves and change from your wicked ways, then he will hear from heaven and he will heal the land. Until then, man, you just doing stuff. You just doing stuff. If you don't see no change, people saying, what must I do to be saved? If you ain't seeing that, if you ain't seeing people being healed from cancer, if you ain't seeing people doing that because of what you doing, man, you ain't doing nothing. You're not. Because you won't share. You won't connect. And this new world order is about collaboration. God says it's about collaboration. And if you're not collaborating, man, I'm just pray for you. Because I'm going to continue to move. I'm going to continue. Yeah, I ain't bitter. I ain't none of that. I'm just telling you what's really happening because I'm in the middle of it. I'm not talking. I'm not in no gated community somewhere. I'm not somewhere living nice and fat off the hog or whatever the case may be. And my community is suffering. No, that's not who I am. You put it in my hand and you're going to see a difference. Tomorrow, if I get it tonight, when I get off of this call, and if it drop in my hand tonight, somebody give me a call, I'm moving on it tomorrow. I'm saying, yo, boom, I'll start this. Even in the pandemic, I work for somebody in the pandemic. So why wouldn't I work for God and help for the betterment of helping others out here in the pandemic? But if I don't have the resources, it's hard for me to move that way. It's hard. Can't make something out of nothing. And I can, and I'm doing it, but it just makes it that much harder when people are not coming together for the same cause, for the betterment of others. It makes it that much tougher. So I understand what's going on. I understand when people change their minds so quick. You could be talking to somebody and they start talking this good stuff, this yada, yada, yada. Man, right in the middle of that, they done changed their mind already. Once they hear you really going deep, they like, oh no, I can't mess with this cat. Because they're going to be exposed. I understand. If you ain't for the right reason, you can't deal with me anyway. Because I will expose your situation. Because it ain't about us. It's about what God wants to do through us. And I'm sold out for it. I'm sold out. So I'm bringing you my heart through Marketplace Ministry. God has given me a platform, to set this thing off, and I'm just coming real with it. Real talk. This is real talk right here. This is real talk. This is real talk. And only the strong is going to survive. And I ain't talking about strong in physicality. I'm talking about pure in heart. I'm talking about when you're wrong, you can admit when you're wrong. But helping the next brother or sister out, that's what it's about. Unity in a community. That's what it's about. Unity in a community. Now, we can't go there and, all that other stuff, man. Listen, I done heard a lot, man. I'm 54 years old. I ain't got time for playing games with nobody, for real. I got children, you know what I'm saying? I got family members. I want the youth. I don't know how long we got left on this earth, but at the end of the day, I'm going to try to do my part the best way I can. But I want to help these kids out. Because, see, back in the days, man, it was crazy too, but it was more unified. You couldn't just do what you want to do without the older person telling you they'll shut you down. Because they knew your mama, they knew your daddy, they knew your uncle, they knew your aunt. So you couldn't just be out here doing craziness. But now it's off the chain right now. Everybody rocking off social media. Everybody's silently doing stuff, but you're not silently doing nothing because God checks everything you do. He sees it. And then he allows it. Because now, once you get on the devil's turf, then you know what? Bam. Then now Satan has to go to God and ask him, can you be sifted as wheat? And God says, go ahead, like he did Job. And Job was an upright man of God. A lot of us ain't even upright. We sinning like fools out here. But we want to eat good of the land? Come on now. Come on now. If your heart don't go out, if you have children, and your heart is not going out for these other kids that's getting killed, you can't look at these kids as, oh, they gang banging, they killers. Something happened. Something happened to them. They're angry. They're dealing with something. They ain't just got that way for nothing. They ain't just got that way for nothing. Something went wrong. But we ain't even trying to find out what went wrong so we can right it. So we can say, hold up, man. Hold up. Let's come to the drawing board. Let's go help these kids, man. Come on. We can't when it comes to the point where you say, well, you can't rest at night because you don't want another one of them to die. That's when God is going to move. And that's what I feel like right now. It's getting to the point I can't rest. I rest, I thank God. But sometimes I toss and turn because I know what's happening outside my door. It's not happening in my house. I promise you that. Because I'll be on it. I'll be trying to help the situation out. But it's happening. And I go to work every day, man. And I'm like, God, man, wow. Lord, just send help, God. Just send resources, Lord. Allow me to get the resources so I can help this situation much as I can. I want to do what I'm supposed to do and what I'm called to do. So I'm doing what I can do right now. I'm doing what I can. And I'm just saying, people, if you really care about your community, act like it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Don't talk about the problem. Be the solution to the problem. If you need counseling, if you need to talk, come on, holler at me. That's my lane too. I'm on here. This is a mandate. I ain't got to cuss nobody out. I ain't got to be angry at the world. I'm angry at what's going on in our community to do something about it. But all I'm saying is if you have resources, holler at your boy. Holler at me. Let me know, what can I do to help your situation, better your situation? We got to stop. We got strong people, but we don't deal with them because of we dealing with whatever we dealing with. Put that to the side. Put your differences to the side. The more, the merrier. The more we come together, the more we have. Come on now. We are our resources, to be honest with you. If we came together, man, we can make this thing happen, man. I'm telling you. But because we became selfish and self-centered and self-righteous, we forgot where we came from. I submit to you, the people that made it out of the community, they still got people that live in the community. So you ain't really made it out. You ain't really made it out. If you made it out of the community and your whole family ain't out of that situation, you have not made it out. You have not made it out. If you left your situation and you did better for your life, hallelujah, God bless you. But if you ain't reached back for the betterment of somebody else and you don't remember where you come from, man, you still stuck. You still stuck. And that's the problem. If I had millions of dollars right now, I ain't talking about billions. Listen, if I had I don't need a lot of money. I'll fix every community by block. If I don't do nothing but start a program so they can do better, an after school program. You understand? You know, some daycare stuff. So these women, you know, they don't feel so shut down because they got to pay all this money they can't afford for daycare. I believe these churches need to open up daycare for these families, man. That's where my mindset is at. I'm a visionary. It's coming on my way. I'm telling you. And you're going to see what God is doing through me. I don't need no pat on my back. I don't need none of that. I'm just telling you how I move. I'm moving without the resources. So when I get it in my hand, oh my God. Yes. That's just where I'm feeling right now. I'm saying, people, let's come together. Let's do better. Let's do better. Because we need to. We need to. Because when you have to do something, it's not going to be good. When you're made to do something, it's not going to be good. But when you're doing what you're supposed to do, then things flow. But when you have to do it, it's not a flow. It's almost you're forced to do it. That's what we're coming to now.
in this world we're living in. People are being forced to make moves. Man, that's never good. But if you listen to each other and say, yo, man, let's do this, man. Instead of meeting up doing foolishness, sit down and brainstorm. We need some think tanks. We need things of that nature. We need to sit down and pluck each other's brain and see how we can help each other, help other people. That's what God is after. He's after kingdom mindset. He's after the kingdom mindset, not the religious mindset. Pointing the fingers and blaming. Nah, man, listen. God is saying, listen, come together, work together. You know what I'm saying? I don't game. I play games when I want to play games, but let's come together and break bread and sit down and see how we can strategize and come together for one common cause, for the betterment of others. I don't want these kids to keep dying. I was telling somebody yesterday, they looked at me like I was crazy today. This younger person, older person heard it, but I said this younger person, I said, you know the wealthiest place right now? He was like, what, chap? I said, the graveyard. He's like, what? I said, man, all that potential is in the ground. We got people that's living, that's not even thinking that or understanding what I just said. So we are in the land of the living. It's people that died that had so much potential, but it got wasted because of whatever situation. Because people didn't care, because people didn't pay attention. You understand? And these kids are being buried. The older people are the younger people. The older people are outliving the younger people now. That was told to me when I was a kid. That the younger one's going to be dying and the older one, I'm like, whoa, hold up now. But I see why now. Because we have nothing for them. We have nothing for them. So we got to, man, change this paradigm. We got to change this thing up, people. You keep hollering you want change in your community, but you ain't willing to change. Change ain't change until you change. Think about that. I'm going to say it again. Change ain't change until you change. And I'm talking to myself first. All right? So it's you know, it's not redundant to me that I'm on here. This is a mandate from God. This is what I'm doing. I'm just being obedient. So God can say, you know, son, I got you. I got you. And I'm really thankful and blessed, believe it or not. I ain't tripping. I'm just tired of the foolishness and no camaraderie. Tired of the lip service. I'm tired of people saying they blessed, but your community is busted out the frame. You understand? I'm tired of that. I'm tired of seeing that. And then I walk around, I'm clergy. I'm a clergyman. I'm a chaplain. So I walk around other men of God, other women of God, and they talking this hallelujah stuff, and they talking this whatever stuff, and they ain't doing nothing in our community. And if you are, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the ones that's lip service and ain't doing nothing. The ones that are doing something, let's be visible to one another. Let's not do it in secret. Let's openly help these people. Let's not help one family, you know. Man, help as many as you can. But if you can't, connect with other organizations that can add on to you to help more people. That's what it's about. If you can't do certain things, connect with others so that way you can do more. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, people. You can't do it by yourself. You get a nice sizable grant, you don't tell nobody. You pay yourself a salary, you don't pay. You know somebody's powerful that can help you, but you won't lift them up because you're afraid that they're going to shine more than you, possibly. I don't know what it is. But something's wrong. I know people got a little couple of dollars or whatever, grants, whatever in the community, but the community is the same. Then what are you getting the grants for then? What are you getting this money for? What are you getting these resources for if it's staying the same? That's the problem. We under the table getting things, but it's staying the same. Wow. Real talk. That's kind of crazy right there. You know what I'm saying? In life, most of us do not get what we deserve. We get what we expect. In life, most people don't get what they deserve. They get what they expect. So if your expectation is a certain kind of way, that's what you're going to get. So I know I'm hitting something. Whoever understands my voice, hey, it's tight, but it's right. And I'm speaking to me first. And I'm working on me doing better to collaborate. I'm the first partaker of this word. It came to me first, so I got to look at me first. I'm not looking outside of me first. I'm looking at me first to change what I'm doing that ain't right. So I can connect with somebody and be a blessing to them and not be a hindrance to them. And you come at me at the word if you want to. Come at me at the word if you want to. I live in it. I breathe in it. Come at me that. I mean, we can have some dialogue. Let's go. But it ain't about that. It's not about being a theologian and dealing with theology. Nah. Man, I'm walking this thing out, man. That don't feel good all the time. Being a man of God, it does not feel good all the time. It does not. I have to constantly go to God to get that stuff off of me, to replenish, so I can subdue and multiply my wife. And I'm not looking for friends. I'm looking for people that's going to move in the vineyard together. I don't need friends like that. Nah. Because I listen, I'm telling you, you probably ain't going to run across a real friendship, but once in your lifetime, like Jonathan and David in the Bible, man, that was a friend. Those were friends. There ain't too many relationships like that, because relationships are built. They're not made. They don't come already made. You got to build. You got to build relationships. And that's all we're trying to do, Marketplace Ministry. You understand? We ain't talking crazy. We talking right. You know? And so at the end of the day, we coming out here with our hearts, with a made-up mind to run with the Lord. That's what we're doing. And this is how it looks. Thank God we coming with social media. This is a blessing to have social media. I thank God for this, because I can reach out to people without touching them physically. But then after we talk to each other, we need to come together physically and bring that energy to the table. Oh, I'm about to sit down with Farrakhan. I'm about to sit down with some heavy. I'm about to sit down with the ones that's way up here talking that. But we need to come down some with each other so we can refill each other, so we can move as one man. When we moving as separate people, we're not powerful. See, one thing about Satan, one thing about the devil, let me tell you how he moves. The demons, the witches, the warlocks, let me tell you how evil moves. Evil moves one. They move all together. There ain't no separations with evil. When evil comes all together. Because they trying to crush what was in their way. So good has to do the same thing. We have to all come together and crush the wrong, what's in our way. But until we do that, we have all these separate entities and separate organizations and boom, 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 boom. I think we're talking about the same thing. I think we're talking about, for the betterment of others. I would like to believe that. But your belief is on what you do. It ain't what you say, it's what you do. And again, darkness don't come separated. It comes to crush anything in its way. That's why it's so powerful. That's why darkness is just annihilating things. So us as good, of God, we supposed to come together and tear that out, eradicate sin. First, you have to go in prayer, in supplication, fasting. That's a requirement. So we can have that Holy Spirit dwell like he's supposed to. Then we move. So we go to God. This is the strategy. We go to God in supplication and prayer and fasting before God and let the Holy Spirit tear the foul ground up. Then as believers, we go and clean up. That's what God is saying. In that order. We can't go out there without that help, without the Holy Spirit. Man, you better not go out there. I'm not. If I don't have the Holy Spirit, man, listen, I ain't doing jack. I'm gonna stay put until even if you vex in the Holy Spirit, then shut it down and get your life, get your meekness and get your humility together. Because God ain't moving around with fools in the pursuit of nothing. God is moving upon people that has his spirit and has his purpose. And yeah, I don't have a lot of friends. I don't, on purpose, because I know the nature of a friend. I'm very sensitive when it comes down to that. I don't play house. I don't play fake friends, fake cousins. No. You know, and I know how to talk to people, but no, this is real. This is the real deal, and I know how to communicate and come together. But I don't do that. I don't have to play cousins. I don't have to play brothers. But no, I am my brother's keeper. But if I see you not doing what this harmful to me, to my growth and development, man, I ain't dealing with you. I'm not. I don't have to. And I'm not perfect. Get to know people and get to know Marketplace Ministry, because we're going to be here. God said we're going to be here. We ain't new to this. We true to this. This walk. I ain't get it from y'all. I got it from the Lord. So y'all can't take nothing from me. I'm just hoping and praying that we can add on to each other and for the betterment of others. And let's eradicate this sinful natures in our community. These kids are getting pimped out. Satan is pimping them out through people. And the ones that's acting like doing Satan's job, we need to shut them down. And God says we have to confront, because anything you're not willing to confront, you will never change. Anything you will not confront, you will never change. So if you see wrong and don't confront it, how you going to change that? If you wrong within yourself and you never confront yourself, you ain't going to change. You're going to remain the same and get worse. So you wind up being a hindrance more than you being a blessing to somebody. So, I mean, people, let's go. Let's go. It's all good. You know, I hope my brother that's learning, that's I was supposed to get on, that he was supposed to get on with me tonight. I hope everything is well with you. You know what I'm saying? But I know when God put a test on, when he come at you, I know, you can back up off of this thing. This thing is real. This spirit is real. God is real, man. See, people talk that talk, man, but when God move and you ain't right within yourself, oh, man, you can't come on. You can't mess with God, man. You can't do it. Can't do it. And I understand. So I hope people get their minds right, get their hearts right, ready to receive from God, from up on high. Because God gonna test you. You know, you ain't gonna work for him without being tested. He don't tempt you, he tests you. Satan does the tempting. But I don't even give Satan that power. I tempt myself. Satan don't have the power to do anything for me. Whatever I do, Satan ain't got nothing to do with it. It's me. Because I know it better. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. When I grew up, I had to put childish things away. So I know right from wrong. I know what time it is. So Satan, he ain't never causing me to do nothing. If I do anything wrong, it's because I did it wrong. I made the decision to do it wrong. So today, I'm trying to do right. And whenever wrong comes, I ask God to forgive me, dust myself off, and keep it moving. But for the most part, people, I appreciate you tonight, whoever got on here tonight. And, you know, we're going to keep pushing at this thing, man. We're going to keep tapping at this thing and allowing God to speak through us and Marketplace Ministry. So so we can help what's going on in this world here. And until the next time, peace.